Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, July 27th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is Love is my evolution. And today we have our second of 3 eclipses. We have a total lunar eclipse. It is a full moon, and rumor has it that this is the longest eclipse time-wise in a century, which just means we have extra long time to view and shed our shadows, because that to me is really about what these energies of eclipses are. It ups the intensity. There's always intensity around a full moon, but it ups the intensity and we get a glimpse of the shadow energy that we're clearing away. This eclipse in particular is really interesting to me. I've really enjoyed the personal evolution I've gone through and experiencing it through the readings that I have done. This eclipse is happening at 4 degrees. 4 degrees is that revolution evolution energy. So we have to remember in and through this is a expanded, elevated sense of evolution revolution. So your triggers may be bigger. The universe may be pushing your buttons a little harder than usual because these lessons are important. I feel like the world is kind of on the brink in so many ways, and the lesson really is love. I keep having, since I've been thinking about this horoscope, the heart song, What About Love, that keeps playing in my heart. And that's kind of what the universe is saying to us. What about love? Have you forgotten that in every situation in your life? Love is the evolution. Love is my evolution. That is the energy mantra for today. And the other thing that kept coming up is the revolution will not be televised. That's a quote that's out there. You know why it's not going to be televised? Because the true revolution is the revolution that's happening in here right now. So anything that comes up, anything that you are faced with, anything that you're faced with letting go, anything that you're faced with that's triggering you, anything that you're faced with physically in and through this, if you approach it with love, you are going to find yourself rising and evolving through it. It may be tempting to go in the complete opposite direction. I think it's going to be tempting for all of us to be in a reactive, cranky state, which we'll get into. But love is the evolution. The revolution won't be televised because it's happening in here. This really is an individual thing. Now, it's so interesting how this eclipse is working. Let's get a little picture going in your mind. So we have in this eclipse, we have the South Node, which is been there, done that, learn those lessons, don't want to go there, plus the full moon, plus Mars all hanging out, Mars retrograde, hanging out in Aquarius. So between the fact that it's Mars retrograde and the South Node, it's like you may be tempted to move in this direction, this Aquarian energy. But where we really want to move is where the sun is shining, where the light is, the sun and the North Node in Leo. Now we have a wild card. Of course, Uranus is the wild card. The wild card is creating the T-square. That is Uranus in Taurus. So Uranus in Taurus, pulling the worth card, shaking up stuff in regards to our worth, asking us, it's 2 degrees, to nurture our worth, is the wild card in here. My feeling is, if you listen to your worth, if you know your worth on the highest level, you're going to move in the direction of the sun in the North Node. You're going to move in the direction of your light. You are going to move in the direction of love. You are going to move from that place where it's self-care, self-love first, and then that expands to everyone around you. You may find yourself having those temper tantrums and running into the walls. And that's if you choose that Aquarian path. And I don't want to say that it's bad, because it's not bad. It's just not the lesson right now. The Aquarian path is that where you're kind of tending to everything else outside yourself, burning yourself down. I'm not saying that that's the Aquarian path. It's kind of in this energy, what this Aquarian energy is. Picking the world over yourself right now. That's not what this lesson is. The lesson is lighting up the love within yourself. the lesson is lighting up the power, the light within yourself. That is solar plexus energy. That is what we want to light up at this time. Fire up the solar plexus energy and then circulate that up into the heart. Let the self-love lead to a greater sense of love that then expands around you. The revolution will not be televised. It is happening in here. So let's dig in a little bit more deeper into this. That Mars energy, Mars retrograde. Oh my God, this Mars retrograde has definitely been very intense. I've really seen masculine energies, male or female, but those who really embody the masculine or embody that yang energy, struggling with it. And in fact, Joe likes to talk about this a lot, and he does in his readings, which I highly recommend. Going into the cave, the masculine, going into the cave. But what they're doing is actually perfect, although a little communication would be good too. That's really good because that is the self-care. So by the masculine going into the cave, tending to themselves right now, the masculine's actually showing us what we need to do. Tend to ourselves in order to reset, in order to step into our power in and through this. My feeling is when we are not going into that cave, cave you fear to enter is where your treasure lives. That Joseph Campbell quote that I probably just messed up. But they're going into that cave tending to themselves. The temper tantrums are going to be happening when we're not able to go into the cave, when we're out and about in the world and the stress is on us. The stress. I love Deepak Chopra's definition of stress. He says stress is when your basic needs are not being taken care of. So if you are feeling that stress and you have not retreated to your cave of self-care in and through this, chances are you're going to run into the wall and you are going to hit that temper tantrum energy. If you are hitting the temper tantrums, take a little retreat, take a little self-love time, recoup that energy, focus on the love in and through yourself, and let it grow and build up inside of you. I think so much of what's wrong with the world is based in part on how depleted we have made ourselves trying to live up to society's ideals, trying to match our worth to what society thinks that we should be doing. This is an opportunity for breakthrough, to release that. Let love be the evolving force that pulls us up and out of these energies that we have made most important. What about love? It's time to make love the important thing. Come here, Lala. Everybody, by the way, has been worried about the cats. Did I bring them with? Yes, they just haven't discovered how they want to show up on camera. But here's Lala. She's here. They're both here with me. They're my responsibility, and I would not leave them behind, which was in part why it was hard to find a place. Anyway, back to all this. That sun and north node, regardless of where it is in our chart, is reminding us, choose love. The destiny right now is by choosing love. Now will come a time when the North Node shifts around and we'll be in Aquarius, and it will be the time to kind of put ourselves to the side and, really engage and be one in community. And that's beautiful too. And that, I think, ultimately is the goal. We really do want Earth to be a community because we are. So we should treat it as that. But right now, we're going to get there by boosting up the love within ourselves. So this is your opportunity. Self-love. Revolution, evolution through love. If you're cranky, that is a sign that you need to lavish more love on yourself. The only remedy for love is to love more. And that really starts within you. And I really do see that in and through this card. The other thing that we really need to be aware of is, and maybe this is a good intention to set, that which isn't love, that which isn't feeding your highest and best right now, that which isn't helping elevate you, is currently falling away. So this is a call to let go, release that which is falling away at this time. Bless it. Thank it for its lessons in your life and let it go so you can make room for more love in your life. This may be relationships, it may be friends, it may be places to live, it may be family. I have gone through the majority of those things over these last couple months, and yet I keep rising even as these things fall away. And it's the same for you. What falls away is not for your highest and best right now. It does have a lesson for you. Trust that. We also have a really interesting other connection happening in through this. I want to say one more thing, and then I'll get into the other connection. Uranus energy. Moon in Aquarius, Uranus engaging in this eclipse. Right before I did this, one of my friends texted me and she's like, nervous system overload. Yes, 100%. Uranus represents the nervous system. Aquarius is the nervous system. Again, this is a call for self-love. It's a call to put down everything that you're carrying besides yourself. Yes, you agree? That is so cute. I love this thing. Put down all of those things outside of yourself that you're carrying and really tend to yourself. Ground in, connect in to you. I would say this is a really beautiful call to like go through and do like, just pay attention, bring attention to each of your chakras. This is a Kundalini opportunity, we'll say. So the Kundalini, the Shakti energy, may be rising in you. It needs its space to rise. It needs a clear channel to rise. So you may actually help the process by clearing the way. And you can do that just by tuning into each chakra and setting the intention for clear. There's other chakra clearing methods, but, in view of this tiny video, that's what we're going to say for today. But if you have other chakra clearing methods, go forth and do those so that the Kundalini can rise. If your nervous system is feeling like, see what you can put down, tend to yourself. But I would say also notice where there may be impediments within yourself, because if you can shift those, I think your nervous system is going to feel a lot better. All right, the final connection that I want to talk about in and through all of this, so major that it's happening with this. Venus in Virgo, trining Pluto. Pluto is involved in each and every single one of these eclipses. So we know major transformation of society and the structure within ourselves is happening. And that's this. This is a call to love yourself, baby. That's what I wrote down. Love yourself, baby. Tend to your physical body. Tend to your temple. The change is starting again within you. And the change and the love happens when you love on your pet, your body, your temple, whatever you want to call this thing that houses your soul. This is a call for physical vigilance for yourself in and through this. I love this connection. It's happening at 19 degrees. That's 10, and that's part of the worth process. You are worth lavishing the love on yourself that your body is calling for. Again, if you're feeling stressed, tired, worn out, that's probably a good example of how I'm feeling, then this is a call for self-care, self-tending, and that is part of the new foundation that we are setting. All right, so this energy, we are creating something brand new in and through these energies. And again, that's another reason why to take it easy, because in and through these energies, the universe is sending new codes, downloads. I do think we're going through physical DNA changes and upgrades. Be patient, chill out, get grounded, tune into your chakras, be the light in and through this. Yes, there will be intensity. Yes, you are going to feel those triggers. It is that revolution, evolution energy. But celebrate this. Celebrate. Bless those things that are falling away. They're falling away because you're ready for something more. Bigger and better is coming. Bless those things. Again, thank them. Have gratitude, but be willing to release. Because when you can release and really let it go rather than, but this is mine, hold on to it, bigger, better things come in. So, I was shuffling and 2 cards came flying out. And I really like both of them. I'm not going to read the whole thing of both of them, but starting with the space between the words. And I love this because that energy of space, this is the other part of everything that's happening. The yin infiltration that is happening, the unknown, the space, and allowing that. Let's read this. When we look for guidance, we look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us find our authentic path through the chaos. Yet there is also guidance in the space between the words, between each letter, between all happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. There's a sense perhaps that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is a space to just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now, or within you, then just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It cannot be explained really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words or any guidance at all. This oracle speaks to you. Enter the space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. And then the other card that came out is the Dance of the Planets. And I'm going to read just a tiny part of this. Trust in the timing and rhythm of your life now, especially if it seems out of your control. Whew, ha, that has been my life. This is the dance of the planets happening through you. This oracle brings a message. Pray that the planetary forces funnel blessings of grace and unconditional love, mercy and joy to you now, that their movement through your life may happen in such a way that you can make the most of it. These are the times when big shifts are happening and possible, supported by cosmic movements. Pray for grace and enjoy the ride. I love that Rumi quote. The light changes, like an eclipse, the light changes. I need more grace than I thought. I love that so much. I really, really love that. I need more grace than I thought. And I've reached those points in my life. Like a lot of times I'm like, I'm good. I'm so like, oh, zen. And then light changes. I'm like, oh, bye. I need more grace than I thought. That's a good thing. So with that, I'm going to end that. If you resonate, you can always book a reading, GaiaBlooming.com, or email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I also highly recommend a reading with Joe. He has been rocking his readings that he's been doing. He impresses me more and more with his growth every day. Besides that, there is enough love in the world for you. And the better it gets, the better it gets. Namaste.